Okay, I was going to talk a little bit today on the night setback that is used with heating and cooling thermostats. Night setback, very simply, is just setting the temperature at a lower for heating, and be higher for cooling, at a lower temperature at night or when you're not going to be there. The idea being, if there's a smaller temperature differential between inside and outside, example, 70 degrees inside, 40 degrees outside, there's a 30-degree temperature differential. If I knock that down to 60 inside, then it'd be a 20-degree differential. The closer the structure is to the outside temperature, the temperature maintenance of the structure is to the outside temperature, the less heat it's going to lose. And so the more efficient the heating system, not the more efficient, the less energy the heating system will use. Very simply, that's what it is. The complexity is incredibly high, especially with commercial buildings. There are ways to test it, and there are ways that are being used. Not all of them are accurate, but there are ways that are being used to test buildings to see how much setback and what setback they should use. The bottom line on this is it doesn't save huge amounts. It does save some energy. However, if I paid $250 for a thermostat, it'd be one heck of a long time before it would pay itself off. I don't care what manufacturers say. I say, if you're going to use a setback on your system, that's well and good. But do it because of comfort. Many people sleep at a lower temperature than they want it when they're awake. And they're more comfortable that way. If you are more comfortable that way, put a setback in. If it makes it less comfortable, I'm not sure I'd put any setback at all. Because remember, you are not going to save 20%. You're not going to save 15%. Chances are you're not going to save 10%. You're probably going to save between 5 and 10%. And the numbers out there are everywhere. Most of them have some axe to grind in some way. But it's not the most important decision you're going to make with your heating system. Buy a good high efficiency heating system. Put setbacks in it if you want. That's about as good as it's going to get. Remember, it's going to cost money to heat your structure. You can't do it for free unless you just turn it off. And off does save a lot. By the way, any setback that a thermostat can do, you can do by hand. I don't recommend it. I don't want to have to do it. I want the silly machine to do it. But people were setting back with the cheapest thermostats in the world for many years. They just have to wake up to a warm or a cold house. And that mostly was the reason setbacks came in, is because you wanted to wake up to a warm house. You wanted a setback at night, but you wanted to come in and it was warm for you. This has gotten so far out of hand with all these fancy thermostats, and they're trying to sell you something that you can do yourself, but it's not as much fun and it's not as comfortable. But if, let's say you did your own setbacks and then you buy a thermostat that does setbacks, do not expect to save anything. You probably won't save anything at all. So, want a setback thermostat? I have one. I use it. Yeah, it's great. But don't expect it to save all the money in the world, and Do it because you want the temperature set back, and then you want it warmed up again by the time you get up or come home from work. Do it for that reason, and you'll be okay.